Welcome back to the Netherkast. It is episode 34. I'm Black Cyborg, joined as always by temporary username Shadaloo and Razor. This week we actually have a special guest. His name is Brusque Poet. He is a fellow YouTuber, and we like to have him on our show, so go ahead and tell people about yourself.
Hello, everybody. If you guys don't know me already, I am a YouTuber or Mortal Kombat X YouTuber. I do all sorts of things for Mortal Kombat X, whether it be topic videos. Don't really do gameplay videos, but I'm in that in the future. I do live streams on it sometimes of me just playing the game, having fun. And overall, I would just say I'm glad to be here. It's actually a really great opportunity. I've actually been a really big fan of you guys, and I'm glad to be on this podcast.
Oh, shucks. You just make a man blush.
Wow.
Aw, I love requisite flattery. Mwah.
Oh, wow.
But yes, anybody that's listening, make sure you check out his stuff. And yeah, he's going to join us in our Mortal Kombat discussion today. There's not a whole lot to talk about, but we did have EVO. We did have the release of Tremor. So yeah, those will be
and
covered.
And a possible hint towards the Combat Pack 2.
Yep. So
maybe.
Temp, you want to kind of lead things along?
Well, let's start with that. I think that's a good starting point because there's, I think, three angles you can interpret Tyler's final line of the podcast. You can interpret it as it was a slip-up, which, I don't know, that seems plausible to me. You could interpret it as a troll, which kind of fits in with the atmosphere of how it happened, because right when you said that, the stream clipped out like KGB style completely. So
yeah,
it kind of feels a little suspicious to me. Or it could just be a really, really bad choice of words, and probably Ed Boon was like, Tyler, what the fuck did you just do? What did you just do, man? Because the chat was blowing up the whole time.
Too.
And were you reading the chat? No, definitely no problem. Were you reading the chat, Brusque?
Yeah, I was reading the chat. Everybody, Combat Pack 2,
Non-stop.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you looked away for like 20 minutes and you look back, you're still gonna see the same thing. It was insane.
It's what I want to see, honestly. That's the kind of fan work I want to be seeing in the community right now. Don't settle.
I know. I'm not saying like there people are crying and stuff. No, they're demanding it because people want it and they want to pay for the characters they love to play as. And
exactly.
Well, I think it was a deliberate hint, and I mean, I was never 100% that a whole pack was coming, but I was sure it was going to be more than 4 characters, because they did 6 for Injustice, and, I mean, consider, the game came out in April, it's July, all 4 DLC characters are already out. That's, 3 months as opposed to 4 months it took in MK9, so they're moving at a pretty brisk pace. The game's nowhere near, dead yet.
Oh, no. Heck no. Yeah, you're right.
Might as well keep supporting it.
I think it's a given. It's going to happen. The only question is, are they smoking yet? That's all I want to know about now.
Oh, wow.
Are they smoking yet?
You're going to be disappointed, I think.
Or are they Cyraxing yet? Yeah.
I don't think that anyone in their right mind really wants it to be like Sindel, Rain, and Baraka, or that story pack people are blathering about. I mean,
go ahead.
I just really hope not, I can't think of vocal fan bases for any one of those characters except for maybe Rain.
And those fans are kind of shitty anyways.
Yeah, fuck.
I'm just kidding. Kidding. I mean, slightly, but you guys are good people.
They just spamming Ed Boon on it, and every single tweet is not really it's not good to see it's not. I don't think Ed Boon really likes to see that, just see constantly over and over. I mean, it's different if a whole bunch of other fans are doing it, but that I don't want to say any. I'm not being offensive or anything, but that Matt Rogers guy who keeps spamming the petition, and I know the Tremor petition was kind of spammed as well, but I don't know. It's just after the Tremor petition, it got out of hand, in my opinion.
Which really depends on who you ask, because I remember someone saying that petition was just fucking coincidental. That they were doing this going in regardless, They
were definitely working on Tremor.
Yeah. I heard that too.
It wouldn't be surprising. I mean, they did do Scarlet for the last one, so
the amount of time between like the petition of the Tremor revealed is nowhere near long enough to start working on a character from fucking concept stage on reaction. Oh, just because they demanded it. No, it's not possible. That takes months, man, months.
I think the most telling evidence that Tremor was planned from the very beginning is the voice acting, because that's one of the first things they do is record.
There you go.
And
yeah, that's true.
I mean, Tremor and Tanya have just as many intros. Maybe not just as many. I think most characters have like 4 different interactions per person. Tremor, Tanya maybe have 2 or 3.
No, Tremor, Jason. No, all the DLC characters have. For most of the DLC characters, they have 2, but some of them have like 4. Because I know Tremor and Johnny Cage's. I think it was like 5, but some of them are 4. Like Jax, I know he had like 3 or 4, but yeah, like it depends on what character. I mean, it varies on the character, but most of them is 2 intros per match.
Yeah, but the point is, like, they did get everybody to record lines talking to Tremor and saying his name.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like they brought everybody back into the studio after the game was finished to do that. They would have done it the first session.
Yeah, that's actually kind of true. That's that you prove a good point right there.
That fits in line with the Kiefer Sutherland thing too. No, continue.
I was gonna say
I'm saving him for Rain.
I was watching Twin Galaxies. It was the live stream before the day before Mortal Kombat X came out, and I think one of the questions, like they were answering questions like a special guest on that live stream, and they was just constant questions and asking like how was this game made or how hard it was or like what did you do to determine this and that. And one of the questions was when did you finally decide to add Tremor in? And they said, Ed Boon said it was 3 months before Mortal Kombat X was released, or that day, that is.
Really? Huh.
Months and months,
you might
want
to go. Yeah, I can put the link in the chat if you want, but yeah, I'll put the link. I remember. I swear I heard that. I swear.
That makes it extremely. It makes it a very optimistic situation for future characters then, because if they can throw something together that quickly, then a Combat Pack 2 should be nothing. I mean, well, nothing maybe kind of an exaggeration, but it should be incredibly practical to do.
Aside from the hundreds and hundreds of man hours and the hourly wages that get paid to the employees who have to work overtime, but yeah,
in the gaming industry, anyway. That's like Thursday. Yeah.
It was Thursday.
All right. Who was the one who said the Kiefer Sutherland?
Yeah,
Rain
that
or
was
something?
me because I still have no idea to date what that was about. No one's ever confirmed why he made that reference, and I've been nothing but curious. And I mean, I thought maybe they were sitting on some big secret. Then the game came out and nothing. I thought maybe it was going to be like a Jack Bauer guest character, or he was going to be Shinnok. Or he was going to be Quan. Donald Sutherland was going to be Shinnok. I don't know. I'm not an expert on these things, but I don't know. That has me really curious. I would have really liked to have seen more star power in Mortal Kombat.
It seemed like Kiefer just threw it out there, and then they asked Ed, and he's all like, "No, he's not in our game." So like maybe just Kiefer worked on a different game and got the name wrong.
It could be the web series. Maybe remember that the Mortal Kombat X web series or something like that.
Yeah,
maybe it could be Legacy 3.
It seems like that just kind of dropped off the map after that leaked cast list where we found out Aaron Black was going to be called Salazar.
Yeah, I heard that. It's probably his code. Maybe I thought it was probably going to be like a code name he was going to use in the story, but no, it was just Aaron Black in the story.
I think it was just like his early pre-production name, like ketchup and mustard.
Oh yeah.
And let's not forget Muchacha. Motherfuckers forget about that, man. That was Sindel's original name.
Muchacha?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, you dig deep enough, you can find some screens of MK3 and early in the development process, and her name is fucking Muchacha. I'm gonna try to bring that back.
What?
Hashtag Muchacha.
I remember Strikers was no, it wasn't RoboCop. Somebody was RoboCop. I remember that. I don't know if it was fake or not, but I remember seeing on MK Secrets their history videos. There was an early screenshot or something like that. It was called RoboCop. I don't know which character it was. The first thing that comes in my mind. Oh, go ahead.
During the Deadly Alliance development phase, they'd put out screenshots, and Kenshi's first name was Blind Gee.
Yeah.
Blind gi.
He's a blind guy wearing a gi.
Ten will get
sense.
you
4
20.
days
Like
thinking
at
of
some
that.
point in MKX's development process, they had some sort of character up in there called like rudimentary or something shit like that.
What in the world?
Basic 1.
I remember there was supposed to be like a male Nitara. I don't think it had a name, but I knew there was supposed
From
to be
Deadly
a male
Alliance,
Nitara.
the Crypt.
Yeah,
Concept
Deadly
of
Alliance.
Crypt. He had like big bulky armor and a cape, and he had like teal
I think he had
blue anime hair.
yeah.
Oh, Zebron, where are you now that we need you here?
Zebra.
He's been knocked
Well,
off his little fool's perch by a certain liquid metal guy.
Horse shit.
Yeah.
Zebra shit.
Probably get a zebra skin for one of the characters. As an Easter egg, maybe.
Maybe we could
I
like
always kind of wanted to
compromise.
see a serious take on Zebron where he was a centaur.
You know they just
I'll-
make him a palette swap ninja.
Kind of
It
want
probably
to see
be
a
black and white,
serious
but
take on Zebron as well, but I very
had,
much
like-
want to keep him a zebra. I want him to stay as zebra as possible.
Why
Just
I
like-
just
know,
feel
because
He'd have a
centaur
variation
just
on
to,
the old
like,
like mask grip, where like he just take off his mask and like just big old zebra hand underneath there, and he just bites your head off.
What the heck?
I really want more
That'd
like
be so
Mataros,
weird.
Just to be like, fuck
That'd
you,
be so
NetherKast,
weird.
finally program a horse.
Welcome to the Nethercast. It's what we do.
Well,
I
I'm fine
dare
with
you
it.
to make Motaro work. Stop telling me it can't be done and do it.
Oh yeah.
Just stick the head in a
I don't
ninja
s-
costume. Transfer.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I did want to ask though, Brusque
Oh,
Poet.
God.
Do you go by Brusque?
yeah.
Do you go by Mr. Poet? What do we call you?
I wouldn't really want to cut the productions part because it's kind of a long name. If you Brusque Poet Productions, like, you can just call me Brusque or Mr. Poet, Poet Man, anything like in the first two words, Brusque Poet, like or
Mr.
something like that.
Productions.
What if we called you?
Mr. Productions?
What if we called you like Brisky? Would that bother you?
Brisky? No, because people have mixed up my name with Brisk, like the tea Brisk.
I was actually about to
Like
say, like, when you beat people online, do you like message them going, "That's brusque, baby"?
I don't know.
No.
You don't,
Justin,
you should.
Justin suggested
now.
that we don't mix up your name with anything because I think that bothers him. So I'm gonna call you Brisky if you don't mind,
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Miss Senior Poet.
Senior Poet. I'm fine with
actually
anything.
sick.
I mean, like usually people. That's actually that's not that bad.
That's a good one.
Usually people just call me Brus or just call it Poet Man, but usually just
Poet
Brusque or
Man?
Poet Man.
Come on,
Yeah,
you gotta
Poet
be a
Man.
little bit more creative than Poet Man.
El Poet. Spanish for the poet.
El bruscador spectacular.
Das Poet.
Yeah.
Das Poet. I don't know
Oh
why
my
that's not
God.
that
Das Boot.
Das Boot.
Oh.
I did want to say though, I was trying to watch some of your videos before we got the show started tonight. It sounds like you were pretty excited for Tremor. So what do
Yeah.
you think? How are you feeling about Tremor now that he's out in the open?
I am definitely not disappointed at all. I mean, like I see a lot of people on Twitter saying like he's too slow, like his combos are a little like OP and stuff. And I kind of expected a little bit of overpoweredness, if that's even a word, for Tremor, because you know he's just like a big old hulky dude and stuff. But once I kind of agreed with what people said, like he's slow. His run is a little fast. His backdash is extremely good. I like it. But once you get the combos done, I mean, like it was hard to do combos for me. I was just trying to do it at the top of my head. I didn't watch any combo videos, and I was kind of had to because I wasn't really getting any combos done. So once I watched some combo videos, I got the hang of Tremor, and Tremor to me is actually kind of like a good character, and I don't think he's that slow at all. I mean, like. At first he's slow, but then once you get his combos done, then I think you're good. That's in my opinion. And I think Crystalline and what was the other one?
Metallic?
Yeah, Metallic are the two best variations of my predictions. After Shanka's alright, but it's like the bare bones, in my opinion. It's kind of like the bare bones of that Tremor variation. I'm not a really big fan of bare bones. I know it's like it's a base character, original. But I don't know. I'm just not a bare bones guy. That's what I feel.
I need a mask as well. That I wasn't
Yeah, I
really
know.
bothering
I
with that
wasn't.
one.
I'm not.
The beard
yeah, I
bothers
wasn't,
me. Why do they all have beards?
because
It's frightening
beards is
me.
cool. I don't know.
Yes, but it's like MKX is the game of the beard.
Well,
It was
Yeah, I
it was
know.
just kind of funny when it was 3 people. Now I'm starting to question it.
Well, his beard is special because it's made of rock. Because all
I
of his
know.
body hair is made of rock. His eyebrows are
You just
rock.
gave me a very unnecessary mental picture. You son of a bitch. God fucking damn it. You know, just today I was having a rage fest at work with my coworkers. I'm like, why do people keep on fucking like leaving pubes in the goddamn urinal? Imagine how it must be in like the Black Dragon urinals. You walk in, there's like little pieces of stone pebbles sitting there.
You're
Who
welcome
did
for the
this?
Oh my god.
That'll be my
Mortal
contribution
Kombat and
to this episode.
I'm very tired. I'm sorry.
It's not my fault. He does have stone eyebrows.
He does. It's true. He's not lying.
Aesthetically, I mean, the character is pretty much what I expected from a gameplay perspective, but aesthetically, I'm pretty happy with him overall. His variation differences, I think they could have put a little more work into Crystalline. I think that one could look a little better, but I'm pretty happy with him. I really don't have any criticism, eyebrows and all.
Well, I mean, like the
know,
only thing I have to gripe about is probably his clown pants and his maskless Tremor. I just don't like.
I agree with the
face.
second.
Yeah.
I find that the clown pants look a lot better in game than they did in the the
And the
renders.
preview, yeah,
Where they're like green with red stripes. They just like kind of look brown in the game. Just
Yeah.
brown
Like,
pants with ridges, and that's fine.
I just had myself a full arcade mode playthrough, and I didn't think about the pants once. They look great.
Yeah, I really like his alt color scheme. The pants turn black, and the padding
The
on
hood.
his hips is orange, and his armor's all gold. I think that looks really good.
Yeah, his alternate colors are actually really good, pretty nice.
I gotta actually come out here and say that, I mean, a lot of people know that I'm one of like the staunchest Tremor haters on the face of the planet. So this is
You got some heat when we first started talking about Tremor a few months ago.
yeah, and you know what? I'm prepared to take that back today. I mean, word on the street has it right now that he's got, I mean, shit for combo potential, and he's not very high tier. So I still kind of find that amusing. But it's day 2. It's still early. But I mean,
Yeah, it's very
delivery of the character, like all the different things that he does with rocks, all the hidden brutalities. Like we're just like saying before, like on the chat before this started, like you can tell that they put in some serious work to make him as best as they possibly could, and I think it really, really fucking paid off. Like there's a bit of dialogue where he talks to Kano. He's like, "I'm leaving the Black Dragon," which is actually kind of really funny because now the Black Dragon have a really cool member, and he's like, "Nope, fuck this." But
that's true.
that aside, I think that once he gets patched and he's a really viable gameplay, I mean, just from an aesthetic perspective, he's amazing. I think he actually might be one of, if not the best of the DLC characters. I'm beyond impressed with him.
That's a lot
I
of
wanna
people
play
are
it.
saying.
Shut the
Yeah.
fuck up.
I'm sorry, it's true. I'm a convert today. Go Tremor.
Well, he's better than Jason.
What?
Well,
What happened?
Jason,
What was
everyone
that?
uses the slasher. Everyone uses.
hit
Everyone
you with a
uses
pin?
slasher, Jason. I don't even do it. Everyone uses slasher, Jason.
That's
And
not
that's
my
the only
favorite, but Relentless is becoming the tournament popular one because
Yeah, it is.
what? Oh god, I'm so bad with names. Forever King Jr. He's been using Relentless with beautiful results. Really looked good, and I didn't see his Evo matches. I don't think I did, but he really looked good at one of the which West Coast tournament was. But anyway, yeah, it's looking hella impressive right now.
I only saw the top 8, and Tanya was in it, so
She got booed.
Tanya had to get nerfed.
She got
she's
booed.
better than Flame Fist Liu Kang.
Oh, Flame Fist. I don't think
He
any
was there,
Liu
so
Kang
that's
variation. I don't think
I
any
missed
Liu
some.
Kang variation is good against Kabujitsu, not Kitana, Tanya, and Dragon Naginata, Tanya. Pyromancer, I think I can deal with because I'm a Liu Kang player. I main Liu Kang, and what I've seen, you have to be really careful with with playing against Tanya if you're like Flame Fist Liu Kang. I don't really try Dragon's Fire that much. I know Dragon's Fire like a lot, but not as much as I know Flame Fist. I think Flame
Yeah,
Fist is
Dragon's
the best
Fire is like
variation.
the most popular one online I found, but like it involves a lot of fireball canceling to be good, and I'm not good at canceling stuff, so
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, like since like for me, like I'm like the biggest Liu Kang fan. I just do it like I can just count my ABCs. So I never really had a problem, but I can understand where you're coming from.
yeah, like my mains are Flame Fist Liu and Buzzsaw Kung Lao, and I got to see them both in there, and Lao made it to the finals, so
Man, I missed all of Evo. I was like holed up in a hotel at a Transformers convention. I just remember hearing that someone busted their nut over at Guilty Gear and lost really badly. And of course, I saw the stuff about the new character in SF5. What's his name? E. coli? Whatever? I don't know.
Nikolai?
Nikali?
Nikali.
Nikali, that was it. Nikali. Looks pretty cool.
I don't know. He doesn't look bad. He looks incredibly derivative. He kind of looks like he has the visual qualities of Evil Ryu and Blanca,
Yeah, I feel
with
like he's
Akuma's
new
nose
Blanca,
and Honda's
so, like, They
makeup.
don't have to put Blanca in this game.
He
I
just
feel like
looks
he's-
so derivative. What's up?
He's probably going to be like another one of like those Gil Urian heavily muscular Illuminati types, I feel. We'll see. But yeah, with a moveset like that, it's kind of hard to imagine Blanca also being present. Which is a good thing,
I like
think,
the way his
actually.
hair looks, where it like goes from dreads to Super Saiyan.
I
Yeah.
kind of dig that, actually. I think that's okay. It just, I don't know. Visual identity is so important in Street Fighter. I mean, outside of the Shotos, at least. You know,
Yeah,
if
but
you
at
look
the
at the
same
original
time, Street
World
Fighter
Wars.
characters are very simplistic, so he does fit in. I feel like.
I don't know. Simplistic's a good word because he doesn't look simplistic to me. He looks like a mashup of so much shit, and I'm just like, this design needs to calm down a lot. And like I said, he feels very derivative, from Akuma's nose to Honda's makeup to Blanca's physique to Evil Ryu's everything. Just nothing's jumping out. I mean, you know, just. I hope the other new characters are better. I think Street Fighter 4, for the most part, did a pretty good job on the visual design with the new characters. On the gameplay design, I was a little less satisfied. But I'm actually really excited for the demo. Hopefully I get to play that tonight after we're done with the show.
Ooh.
I don't know. I think Street Fighter 4's new characters are kind of half and half. Like Jury is great. I think Viper would be better without that hair.
That's fair. I like Viper a lot, but I see where you're coming from.
Abel's okay but bland. Seth is just weird.
Yeah, I fucking hate Seth.
I'll take Jury and I'll take Abel and nuts to everyone else. They're all silly. Very silly indeed.
I can't agree with that. Hakan's by far my favorite new character in Street Fighter 4.
Oh.
Love
Just,
Hakan.
I like the idea of
I
Hakan,
can't
but
do
what
it.
is up with that hair?
It's got domes.
It does have domes.
It's like Mega Man did his due.
Domes. Like, is that common in Turkey to have neon blue hair?
With domes, of course it is. You can break a rock in those things.
I guess in a universe where
Most
Guile
kids have
exists.
hair domes too, don't they? Like, that's natural.
He works on that stuff in the morning. He conditions it. But
They're actually all bald. That's their scalp.
That's worse.
That sounds like a disease. That sounds like an ailment.
Yeah.
Time to oil up.
Are you a Street Fighter fan, Senor? Do you follow the
Senior
Street Fighter?
poet, yeah. I follow here and there. I actually one of my friends on YouTube. Me and him are good friends. He covers Mortal Kombat as well. He covers Street Fighter as well. He does like topic videos about the Street Fighter, what characters he would like to see, the top 10 fan requested characters. Like he put a voting poll up and stuff. So I watch his videos here and there. I don't really fully understand because I've never really been as much as a Mortal Kombat fan of Street Fighter, but I have been following up here and there. But I haven't been following up like something like Mortal Kombat or something like that.
Makes sense. And really, outside of like the last month, there hasn't been much to follow anyway. Really, everything we've had has come in like the last 45 days. All the big things we know about Street Fighter at the moment. So
Yeah, like the other thing I know is like that they're making like a Street Fighter versus Tekken or something like that, like a new one.
Well,
yeah, they're taking forever on it.
Well,
They've been making it for like 5
Apparently,
years
like,
now.
all
I
the
think.
assets are done. They don't want to put it out too close to the last one because the last one bombed.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
You go to the Namco offices, it's just a bunch of people flinging Jin Kazama action figures at Ryu action figures.
And I mean, I don't know if I'd say the market is saturated, but there are a lot of active fighting games right now. Like, more than maybe there were in the 90s.
They're gonna have to let
90s
Tekken
one
cool down a while.
I think
the
you're,
90s
actually
yeah.
pretty right. Yeah.
Everything from the 90s, for the most part, has come back. The only one I can think of that hasn't come back yet is on the way, and that's Clay Fighter. So pretty much everyone's arrived at the party at this point.
We'll never have Darkstalkers back.
I was about to say, my name is Morgan Insolent and I'm unemployed.
Well, if you got that 10 gig at Marvel,
people would be willing to give you work.
God.
I miss Darkstalkers a lot, though. For real, I was a huge Darkstalkers fan.
Pyron and Whitsil were my champions.
I was always a Shenko guy.
Okay.
And the silence from anyone else.
All right.
This is why Darkstalkers went down the tubes.
I don't know that I played enough Darkstalkers to have a
people
main.
cares.
I like Morgan though.
Everyone likes Morgan, as they should. Morgan's good
Marvel,
stuff.
I like. I do kind of like how do you pronounce the mummy's name? Anarakis?
Anakaris.
It's 3 different pronunciations, but they all count, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, he was fun.
Actually, he was really fucking irritating to play. Irritating but unique. There really was no one else like him. Backdashes from one end of the screen to the next. Inputs for supers that made the Raging Demon look like child's play. Seriously, he had one. It was like Fierce Punch, Light Kick, Medium Punch, Up, Fierce Kick, Fierce Kick, Light Punch, Medium Punch, Up. Seriously, he had some stupid fucking commands. You think Geese Howard's pretzel was bad? Nuh-uh. Anakaris had the most nonsensical shit you can think of.
We owe a huge debt to Darkstalkers, though. That was the birth of the chain combo. A lot of modern mechanics come from Darkstalkers.
Of course, now everyone credits Alpha 1 with it. Bastards.
So
Well, yeah, go on.
Well, has everyone given their opinions on Trimmer yet?
I know I have. I know he makes me rock hard. Har.
See what you did there?
I see what he did there, yeah.
You want to test your mind right now, and it's nothing but rock puns.
Rock puns? Really?
Seriously, everywhere. It's elemental.
I know. There's a lot. I mean, like, I don't know. It's just like crazy with the puns with Trimmer.
Here's my thoughts on Tremor. I wasn't a big fan of his inclusion to begin with. I wasn't completely against him. I think I was just more upset on the DLC choices in general, more so than his inclusion. If he was included and the rest of the 3 I thought were really good choices, like Fujin, etc., then I would have had no problem with him. I think it was just a culmination of everything that was chosen and the glaring omissions to everything. But now that we've got him, I have to say, I don't know what everybody else was expecting, but this is exactly what I was expecting. When I heard, when I think to myself, a ninja that's supposed to have elemental powers like based on Earth, this was what I was imagining in my mind, especially after they put out the concept art when they first announced him and everything. This is exactly like his moveset, not, down to a T by any means. I'm not Nostradamus or anything, but it's just, I don't know. Nothing about him amazes me or goes above and beyond what I was expecting. Like, there's some neat little things there, but it's not like, I don't know,
it's
Tanya.
not like this is the best character in the world and stuff.
Right. It was either Shadowloo or Razor that said it in the chat when we were chatting before about it. One of them said it's not like anything groundbreaking or amazing or out of left field, like Tanya's pogo sticking around or anything like that. None of that, yeah. Like nothing about him comes out of nowhere where I'm like, oh, okay. Like I feel like if enough people got together and brainstormed, you'd pretty much expect something exactly like this. And in my mind, it's like, okay, he's going to be doing, ground shakers and throwing rocks. And yeah, I didn't see the crystals and stuff coming, but even that, I don't know. I don't find that absolutely overwhelming or incredibly done. So I don't know. Altogether, I'm kind of middle of the road on him. He's not bad. He's not great. Nothing about him sparks like an incredible interest in the character all of a sudden for me, but nothing about him says this is the worst character ever by any means. He's just kind of he's there. He's all right. If they want to implement him in the story going future into further games, sure. But if this is a one-off, then I will once again say, why didn't we get someone like Fujin, etc.? But I mean, if we get a second pack and it has like 4 amazing characters, then whatever. I have no complaints anymore. But right now, I'm still not satisfied with the roster that we got.
Well, has everyone seen the Tremor ending? And if not, is anyone spoiler sensitive?
Oh,
no,
no, I've seen it.
I don't care.
There's really not much there to spoil, honestly.
I mean, the endings are really short.
It's a regular arcade ending. Blah blah blah. He gets ultimate power. Blah.
Well, did y'all notice what the last word of the ending is? Did y'all pick up on that?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
No, like something like he was a dream realm, and then he came out and he was like an earth god and stuff.
Yep,
and,
like the last line is now he's a demigod.
He would compete the power of Fujin and Raiden. Yeah.
We'll reverse that. He can compete with the power of Raiden, and the last word of the ending, Fujin. Now that seems like a stretch to include his name in there. It felt really contrived. Now maybe I'm reaching. Maybe this is just a vast stretch, but I don't know. That seems kind of that feels kind of
I don't know. I think they just they're quick. Think of some gods' names, and those are the only 2 they have.
I do like the way you think, though, Temp. You're promoted.
Give
that man a raise.
Would you guys god with a ponytail? That's all I want.
Would you guys like? Do you guys see him being like last addition to the MK11 roster? Not like DLC wise, but just another character back there, and it's Tremor. Do you see him having potential in other games? I think all characters have potential for any game, and especially this game. This game is perfect for them to shine and stuff. But do you guys see any potential in Tremor to be an MK11 or any other future games? It doesn't have to be MK11, just future MK games.
I would say, probably never starting roster, because time has conditioned me to understand that someone who debuts as a secret character after, MK3 pretty much stands no fucking chance in hell at, getting a leading spot in the next game.
Yeah, nobody gets to come back. That's...
Saibot has made a starting appearance in, Deception and...
Oh, yeah.
Was supposed to start in MK4, swapped out for Reiko, missed the boat for Deadly Alliance.
Well, after updates, Noob is in every game except X.
Well, yes, he is.
Well, we're waiting for that.
The notion of Saibot as a starting character in a game that's not like a compilation is kind of out there.
Well, here's the thing. Why? Okay, I'm going from Tremor to Combat Pack 2. We'll get into that later. But the reason why I think Noob Saibot will has good chance, a decent. I'm not gonna say 100% chance. I'd say he has a decent chance because Noob Saibot. I've said it in many videos. If you guys, I know you guys don't watch my videos you guys are subscribed or anything, but I say it many times that I'll keep repeating it. Bihan / Noob Saibot has been in all the MK games. Mortal Kombat 1, he was Bihan, the original Sub-Zero. Mortal Kombat 2, I believe he was a secret fight. Was he?
Yes. That was his
name. Secret fight.
First time he ever really showed up in that form.
Yeah, I know. And Mortal Kombat 3 and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Well, I believe he was secret.
There is
a
secret, or is he... regular MK3. They used Kano sprites.
Yeah, they used Kano's moves. Yeah, his stuff. Mortal Kombat 4. I believe he was a secret fight. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm going through this at the top of my head.
He was supposed to be a part of the starting roster.
Yeah, he was forced to be.
He was replaced by Reiko, but he is in the final version of the game as a hidden character.
You can find it with combat codes.
Yeah. So then Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, the tournament edition, actually, it's still Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, even though there's not a conquest. I don't think there's a conquest mode. but yeah, it's still technically Deadly Alliance, not the main console version, but it's still kind of Deadly Alliance to me.
It's the Game Boy game, but it is canon.
Yeah, it is canon because it's just more exclusive characters to me. That's what I feel.
Yeah, him, Sector, and Serena were added, and then their stories were continued on in the next game, so it's definitely canon that they were there.
Yeah, definitely. And Deception, he was obviously Noob Smoke and stuff. Armageddon obviously is going to be in there. MK versus DC, I read somewhere that he was supposed to be DLC along with Doomsday. That's what I read somewhere. I don't know if it's confirmed, but if that is true, that would mean like he has a chance at MKX because Noob Saibot had nothing to do with MK versus DC. Even though it's not canon, he had nothing to do with that game in the story. And for him to be considered DLC, if it actually is true again, I guess it can open up a chance for Mortal Kombat X for him to be DLC. But you guys can go ahead and leave your thoughts.
That one might be just a rumor. I don't think Midway NRS ever confirmed or denied anything except that they were going to have Quan Chi and Harley Quinn.
Yeah, those are the only ones that I know are confirmed. I have a feeling it's a rumor. But I heard it was like almost there, like almost to the announcement. That's what I heard.
A better example, I'd say, of long-standing secret characters never really getting to be part of a debut roster. Chameleon, either one of them. And again, that's only if we don't count Armageddon, because we don't seem to like counting Armageddon for anything.
Well, Chameleon is barely canon is the thing.
They exist. They're in there. They happened.
The female one is definitely part of the story, but the males never even had a bio, so...
He is the bio.
And I don't really see him in this game, even though I saw tweets. I think Ed Boon said he wasn't going to be in. I think it was Sean, he said he wasn't going to be in. But oh well, anything can happen. It's Mortal Kombat. Nothing really makes sense. But what was it?
I would like Trevor to come back someday, and I do hope that they make him worthwhile. But
after Scarlet, it's like I wanted Scarlet to come back, but I knew she wasn't gonna. And it's just
me too.
Becomes a waste when you introduce a character and then don't develop them at all. And I mean, they have the same problem in the 3D games where let's introduce Nitara and then she's not in the next one. Let's introduce Draman and then he's not in the next one.
Then there's the fact of the matter that due to the sheer nature of story mode, every game from here on out is just going to be like a spotlight on your ex-EarthRealm warriors, and everyone else is going to get shown up. Is going to show up to get beaten up. They're not going to do much if they come back.
Kotal and Devora did get chapters this time around, but nah.
Something. See, I mean, I wouldn't mind, but I'm not crossing my fingers.
See, I believe. Again, back to Chameleon, and we'll go back to whatever we want to talk about. But back to Chameleon, I don't see him being in this game because all of his moves were pretty much from all the ninjas, and that'll be pretty unique to have ninjas in one character and 3 separate variations, but it just doesn't seem unique because it's just copy and pasted from other characters, and I guess it's technically unique because it's mixed in and stuff. I just don't see it. I don't see
at a certain point you have to revamp the guy and give him his own moves.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I don't see Chameleon coming back.
One day it's gonna happen, but just to see what the character is known for is just making me hesitate on saying, oh yeah, I like this character and I would like this character in this game. Obviously, I'm always gonna give a character a chance, but I just have a hesitation saying I don't know because the past moveset or the past reception in other games weren't that good, or it was neutral, nobody really cares. And the same could be said for Tremor, but I don't know. It's just Chameleon. I would like him in. I like his backstory, or he doesn't really.
What's always sort of bothered me about the Chameleons is the story aspect, because Reptile, being the last of his kind, gets thrown right out the window the moment you introduce another raptor. And I mean, you can sort of work the female angle in there, but to have 2 male Saurians, I just think that's dumb. And if Chameleon's actual story was that he's some Flesh Pit's creation or he's not a real raptor, then fine, but I can't be having 2 reptiles.
Yeah, 2 reptiles when I don't know. Yeah, 2 reptiles when
See,
I guess I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Oh no, keep going.
Oh, I was like saying, I guess like to make it separate from like it just having two kind of reptiles, same moves and stuff. I guess they can just give them their own moveset and which they should do all the time if their gameplay reception in the past games were not that good. But I don't know. I agree with you. I wouldn't really want two reptiles, and I guess they would probably have to just start Chameleon from the start.
See, I don't think
Or, like-
Chameleon's shown up because I'm pretty sure that Ed hates him. Like, he was like, the second character after Suhao that Ed deconfirmed? Guy's got
think
almost
so.
no
Yeah,
fan
I don't-
base.
I think it was Sean or Ed who deconfirmed him. I think it was one of them. I remember
I
Sean
think
made a
that's
tweet about him
unfortunate,
saying he wasn't going to be in. Wait, what?
I've always joked about Chameleon, how I like the way he doesn't have a bio. I like that he's kind of a goof character. But speaking seriously about it, just kind of reiterate what I've said on other podcasts. I like the idea that he's an enigma. If he does have a story, don't make him another, reptilian character. Make his whole story premise be that he is an enigma, that no one does know what he is, but he's a player in the storyline in his own sort of obscure way. That's what
So
I
you know
would
what
do.
happens,
You can't
though?
develop a mystery unless you reveal what the mystery is, though.
I strongly disagree with that, because you develop him through the interactions. You develop him through how everyone else responds to Chameleon. I think that might be a better way to go.
I don't think
You do
like,
that, though,
how
and this is what
do
you
they
get.
respond to a see-through guy who they've never met before. I don't, what is there beyond the first dimension?
Well, you can
Takes-
kind of define his aim. You can define his goals. That's something you can shed light on without kind of hinting at his name. Here, to put it in a summary, I would make him the Q of Mortal Kombat.
I
would
was
make him
about
the
to
third
say,
strike
this is
Q.
what you get. You get a guy that people want to know about just because they know nothing about him. I don't know how far that can take you.
I think it could take you a couple of games, and then on his third appearance, make the big reveal. Make it like the Reapers of Mass Effect, only good. That's
It
what you
kind
need
of-
to do.
The thing about Q or the Reapers is they had this incredible power, like they were the most powerful thing in their universe. I don't know if I buy Chameleon being more badass than Onaga with the Kamidogus or whatever.
I would have no problem with that. If we could do it with Blaze,
Just
and I think we did.
just-
I'm a Blaze fan.
Like,
I'm
I
sure
like,
it's
the
gonna as well.
idea, I like the idea of like a trickster character who's all powerful and just pops up to fuck with people, like Mr. Mix's Spitlick or something. I don't know if I buy the reptile ninja guy as that.
That's the thing of it. Like, Q's got that appeal going for him in that he's got like this entire moveset based around savagery and like just brute force. He appears to be partially robotic or being controlled by something. Or there's elements there that make you stop and wonder. Chameleon doesn't have that element of individuality or uniqueness. He's got everything that we've already seen done everywhere else, but what's there to wonder about if we already know most of anything about him from a sheer visual perspective?
I think
don't
on this
know.
contingent, though, you could kind of start clean on... Well, do y'all remember the name of the character from Star Trek Next Generation? The one who's essentially like a god?
Q.
Yeah, he thought you were talking about Street Fighter Q.
I was, but I forgot. I was trying to think.
Oh,
there's no
Jesus
way his name
Christ,
is Q.
really?
Oh, yeah, they're both-
see,
Are they both named Q?
Yeah,
they're both named Q.
That's confusing as fuck. Why did they
yeah.
do
See,
that?
I
'Cause-
thought you were talking about Star Trek Q.
Well, he was in the back of my mind.
thought you
but I
were
couldn't remember
talking
if their name
about
was the
Street
same or
Fighter
not. I was,
And it's
actually. I was
Jesus.
talking about Street Fighter Q, for real, but they both apply. In my opinion, they both strongly apply.
Well, I mean, the Street Fighter Q is just the DC character, the Question.
Except that he may be a robot.
Except that he may be a robot.
Also, the question was hella entertaining. Q makes coffee percolator noises, which is kind of entertaining. Sort of.
That'd be nice.
But you know what, though? I've always wanted them to take like, the Mokujin route with Chameleon. Like, just have him be... I don't think I particularly need to give the guy a story. Cool if he's got one. Don't really care if he doesn't. If you're gonna steal moves from someone, make him like that random, like randomly generated character that just shifts between some move sets, you know? And not quite that Shang Tsung where he just becomes the other person, but give him a mix and like let him flow through certain sets throughout a
natural
match.
version, Mokujin, Charade.
Combat, I think that thing was called.
Yeah.
Combat.
That sounds
We-
familiar. Doesn't
He should be our
Doral
combat with.
to a fighter?
Well, if it's gonna be, if it was like, didn't you say like his moveset, like, you wouldn't, I mean, you would want him to like change moveset like during the game, or like what do you mean by that?
Middle of a match. I mean, like middle of a match. Like starts with a
guess
certain
it's-
set of properties, then like shifts to
Yeah.
a specific second kind. I don't know.
And like
Mix and
another
match, like-
reason why I would like to see Chameleon, because like while the match is going, the colors change, and I think that's awesome. I think that looks fantastic. But having his moveset change, I don't know. It's just gonna be hard to take online. At least to me, the way I see it and the way I'm taking it, I would just say I would say it sounds difficult to do online. Just having your moveset change, even though you're doing like because you're doing so good on that moveset that you were playing, and then it just changes to another kind of moveset, and then you're like, oh no, this is not the way I want to.
He would be like a real like masters only character.
Yeah.
I wasn't even
pretty
really
much.
thinking about it. I was thinking like if I had to run into him on an arcade ladder, that's what I think that he should be like these days. I don't know.
Like a sub boss or something like
Pretty
that.
much, yeah.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind that.
Master. That's another Soul Calibur guy who would switch.
That's what I was thinking as well. I mean, if I had to break them into 3 variations, I would do the standard change movesets mid-match. Then I would make it where, in a second variation, his moveset depends on how much life he has. So he starts out at Sub-Zero. As he loses life, he becomes the other ninjas. That's what I would do for that. Third variation, I would make the properties... I would make it where you can change them at will, but it costs a bar meter. Now, that sounds useless, because, I mean, if you're counterpicking, why would you want to change your properties halfway through the match? But they can make it cool. They can find some sort of perk to that, I think.
I don't know.
I know.
The thing about like designing for a character who's supposed to use other people's moves is I keep thinking about like many times we've talked about if they brought Shujinko back, I'd like to see him like have his own move set where he still has like the powers of other characters, but he uses them in his own unique ways. I don't
guess
know.
So yeah.
I mean, Shujinko and Chameleon can't really coexist in the same game.
Make him the same character. That's the enigma. We find out Chameleon is Shujinko. That's the great surprise.
I think you could do both. I think you're really good. You could have like Chameleon go between the pre-existing movesets and have Shujinko like have moves that like sort of I don't know, like some random upward ice slap that Sub-Zero doesn't have. You know, more evolved or different things with those powers that the other people don't do, using them in different ways.
Yeah,
I wouldn't get away with it.
I think if it went like that, he would actually be a really good character. Like having Sub-Zero's ice moves, but his special moves and his combos are way different than Sub-Zero's, like the actual Sub-Zero character. So yeah, I guess if they did it that way, then I wouldn't have a problem with that.
I don't know. The other thing for me is like I like a character to have a theme. Like I've complained before about how Sonya's moves don't really go with each other or make sense in some games, and guys like Darius and Dairu felt like creative characters where they just picked them at random. I like a good solid concept. Like Scorpion is this ninja with fire because he's a dead guy. Sub-Zero's all ice. Liu Kang is all dragon stuff. Why does
dragon
he
martial arts
copy
and
other
stuff,
ninjas' powers? And why does he have see-through skin all the time? And the only possible story I could come up with for that is like, Shang was trying to make the perfect raptor in his lab or something like that, and he ended up with a guy who could almost shapeshift like he can.
That's actually a pretty interesting story. You already got
I'd actually like that to be the result of like Shang's like, you know what? Why the hell not? I'll actually try to do what Reptile wants people to do. I'll try to resurrect the Raptors.
Well, I don't know.
This is what happened, and it was terrible.
Because back in Reptile's MK2 Bio and Ending, it said that Shang and Kun were the reason the Raptors were going extinct. So maybe, like, Shang cut up a whole lot of Raptors to make this guy.
That would work. That would work wonderful.
That wouldn't be that bad.
Like
someone just walks into the flesh pits and
like,
that's a lot of Raptors. Oh my god.
Like that.
Now, like picture
Dr. Mengele back in Holocaust, just cutting them open to study how raptors work.
It's like the Eli Roth of flesh pits, but raptors.
Yeah.
From your initial phrasing, I just imagine like, I don't know, like Katana coming into the flesh pits and Shang sitting there with like an apron and a chef's hat on, got a little cleaver. Chop, 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 chop. Do you mind? I'm busy. I'm working. Chop, chop, chop.
What the fuck is he doing with all those raptors? Man, it's a lot of fucking raptors. Who needs that many raptors?
Baked in a pie.
I don't know, like, that kind of story would actually interest me. I mean, like, I guess since the Chameleon never really had, like, proper backstory. There's a lot of fan theories and all that stuff. Any story would kind of interest me. If it's something like, oh, he's a survivor from the flesh pits, like Meat was, then nah, it wouldn't really interest me. Like something that sounds unique that has other characters brought in, like multiple characters. I mean, like one is alright, but like 2 or 3, like characters brought in. The reason why the chameleon is in the game and stuff. I would welcome any kind of backstory, and if they give us something, I would probably accept it because he's never really had a proper backstory, even though there's the fan theories, but those are theories. That's not canon.
Yeah.
I don't think we even have to worry about Shushenko because this kind of presupposes an existing Mortal Kombat, a new existing game, where both he and Shushenko make the roster, and I don't think that that's ever going to happen, ever, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it's not likely. But, I mean, I want Shujinko back.
No, I'm in that boat, too.
So do I. If you have
too.
to make me choose, I will take Shushenko over Chameleon every fucking time. Absolutely.
I like Shujinko. Actually, a lot of people don't like him. I like him.
Well, I mean, a lot of
It's
people
Hard Knocks.
because
He's a good guy. He takes care of his family.
He's a little dim, but
A little ego, yeah.
he will do as you ask
for years.
Yeah,
for like 50 years,
it's not a good trait.
even when he knows it's wrong.
Gonna blow up the planet.
I mean, never just ask him to go out to buy groceries for you, Where the hell have you been? I bought you a pack of cigarettes. You've been gone 8 years. It was a quest. A quest for cigarettes.
Okay, I'm trying to hear, man. For me, it was a day.
This actually happened to me when I was in New York. Try to find a pack of cigarettes in the financial district. Holy shit. Apparently, convenience stores just don't exist on that part of Manhattan. Place freaks me out.
Yeah, Manhattan's weird. So, back to Tremor.
Yes.
This guy has 1 million brutalities.
I know. There's so much. They're actually all that good. I mean, none of them are actually not that bad. I mean, his throw one where you hold down and stuff. It's probably eh. But all his brutalities and his finish, all of his finishers, aside the faction kills, because we all know what they are. I just think all of them are good. They fit the character, and I think overall, I think Tremor is actually one of the best characters. They are new characters because he's never really been playable characters that they gave out into a Mortal Kombat game, their first shot. I think they nailed it.
Yeah,
I'd probably say he's number 2, right below Aaron Black in this game, as in a new, in quotations, of course, a new character. I can't think of anyone other than Aaron Black who I was more happy with than Tremor.
Kind of a world are we living in where that sentence is even possible.
Yeah, how's that a thing? But
this is fucking with my head.
It's where we're at. This is where we arrived in the great journey that is Mortal Kombat X. So, strange days indeed.
I can't say that I disagree much. I mean,
I
Ferrator is obviously my number 1, but...
I mean, he could be better, Kodo could, but I'd still put him up there in the Aaron Black, new guy who doesn't suck category.
Yeah, I mean, I would too. War God and Sun God are actually pretty good variations. I see those variations used a lot in online and stuff. So I agree. Kodo Khan does deserve to be up there for a really good new character.
Devora, I think there's a lot of good ideas there. It's just hard to sort of tell popularity-wise, because there's people who are just not into the ugly monster characters like Temp. There's people who are mad that she's she just turned out to be another traitor character that she doesn't really have a story to her.
What?
She killed one of the.
Did I say that?
You totally did. I was there.
What did I do? What do you know? How much do you know?
Everything. I read your files.
Son of a bitch. I'm gonna make a phone
Bitch,
call.
I read your book.
Yes. Yes, burn them
Always
all.
take care of the hard copy files.
Don't
Always.
don't ask any. Burn them all. I need. Hold on a second. I gotta mute this.
He's wiping his hard drive as we speak.
It worked so hard to
You're not
collect that
wrong, though.
porn.
I really was not happy with Devora in her appearance, and I'm with Cyborg 100%. I didn't like how they made her generic villain number 2, 3, 4 with no motivations whatsoever. At least
No, you're not talking about the.
It would have been really nice
not
to know
Devora.
why she joined Shinnok.
I'm willing
I'm
to
in
give most
fetal
characters
position. I'm not
a.
even lying. Trying not
willing
to
to give-
cry.
Most characters the benefit
I'll
of
cry
one
with you.
game to find out if they're a mystery, what the hell the actual deal with is with them. And I've said it before. They made Devora the traitor character because if it was Tanya, it'd be like, gee, I wonder what she's gonna do further down the line. Herp de diddle de derp.
I don't
So
know.
they wanted the element of some surprise. They
Yeah,
tried for it anyway.
I mean,
So I'm gonna give it to them. We still don't know what her motivations for being a death worshipping fetishist is, but I don't know. Maybe Shinnok's just one hell of a guy. We'll see next game. I hope. I
I can agree with
actively
that.
want Devora to come back.
I find that, see, that's sort of the complicated thing, and this even applies to Tremors. When you introduce a new character, all the other characters have been around for 20 years. We know how old they are. We know how much they weigh. We know where they were born. And, the only guy who sort of measures up in that regard is Aaron by default, because we automatically know he's from the Old West 150 years ago, so at least he has an origin story. And they gave Kodo an origin story in the comic, but, everybody else, it's just kind of, when is that guy gonna meet the standard of where everybody else is? And that really bothered me when they introduced Scarlet, because she didn't even talk. So it's like, does this character have a personality, or are they just a mindless blood robot?
Ultimate warrior.
Oh man, yeah, I didn't really like what they did with Scarlet. Not in MK9. I liked her. It was kind of weird for that game, but I thought I found her good. I used her a little bit. She's actually, you guys are probably gonna think I'm the weirdest person in the world, but she's actually my favorite female. Yeah,
I don't think that's weird, actually. I think there's a lot to like about Scarlet.
Yeah, she has an
There
appealing
is.
design, and I don't know. Her moveset bugged me because it felt a lot like Melina.
See, that's
Kind of
actually
did
kind of
in a way.
that's
in a way,
actually
yeah.
kind of why
She had
I
a teleport
liked
that
it.
dropped from the sky, and she threw knives the way Melina throws sais, and
You see, she reminded me of
always-
Ibuki from Street Fighter. That's what I always felt like when I
it
was
felt a
playing
lot
her.
like Decapre to Cammy. You know what I mean?
But I agree, but I think it's a good thing.
I dug it because Scarlet's been a rumor going back to MK2. And when you look at how Jade started out in MK2 as a faster projectile invincible fan tossing
I
katana
get that
clone.
aspect of it, but at the same time, at a certain point, you just get tired of seeing Smoke throw a spear, and you want him to be original from the word go.
Precisely, but in the same way that Jade started off throwing katanas fans, those kind of evolved into her boomerangs, and I could have envisioned a version of Scarlet that was kind of like that, tossing faster size or whatever, and those size evolved into knives, and her moveset built from there.
I guess.
So that's why I kind of like it.
I don't want to encourage that kind of design approach, because that's how you get Cyber Sub-Zero with bombs.
I think that was actually quite just shitty, though. I feel like they.
I think that was on purpose. They went, Smoke had Sector moves, so Cyber Sub will have Cyrax moves.
You're probably right. They just didn't implement the right ones.
I do miss the trident from Smoke. I may have gotten tired of the spear, but I never got tired of the trident. It didn't have to work like the spear. It could have worked completely. It could have been a command grab.
Yeah, there are ways. And you guys know me. I absolutely prefer Cyber Smoke to the human. So.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. I feel you, dude. I would take Cyber Smoke over regular Smoke any day.
Why are we talking about them like they're two separate fucking... Learn your goddamn lesson, people!
The cyborgs are dead.
I still want the trident back myself, and he can use it as a human. I don't particularly see why not. Just fling it at someone, making a pair of bolos on a stick. I don't know. I don't care. they can do some sort of homage to it. Smoke should be using some kind of a weapon.
Smoke killed a guy with a trident. I saw that.
I saw that. That escalated quickly. There was a guy on fire in there.
You may want to find a place to stay for a few nights.
You might want to lie low. I think the
you're wanted
police
for
was for
murder.
Find a safe house.
You know what?
Alright.
Let me throw this
We're
out
gonna
there.
admit
Get a
that, like,
grenade.
fucking-
I think if
I'm
there's
gonna
another
make
combat
this a
pack,
GIF.
wanna go on?
I'm gonna compile a GIF of Smoke throwing a trident at a guy, then doing a little fist pump of happiness, and like get the Shujinko holding a grenade and screaming.
I did want to throw out there though. I think Cybersmoke is a genuine contestant, more so than Human, for Combat Pack 2. I think there's a strong possibility that we will see Cybersmoke and not Human Smoke, if we see Smoke at all.
I don't know.
You guys
Considering he already appeared in story mode, I think they're gonna make the Anenra a thing.
Yeah,
Why-
I know. And Nenra is something. It's something to consider for future MK games, maybe even possibly this game, because the ending and his bio and stuff. I think the Nenra thing is going to continue for future MK games. Maybe even
That
this game. This
said,
game has
I hope
potential.
it does.
Future
I
games,
think
yes.
it
I don't know for
awesome.
DLC.
I think it would be awesome if his Anenra form looked like Deception Smoke, with like a slightly different helmet.
I don't see why in a system with like 3 different variations we can't have one based at least around the Cyber moveset, one around the human MK9 moveset, and one going back to the Deception version with the Enenra look, so to speak, or whatever, what have you. Ugh. Why not? I mean, he's had, roughly 3 main forms so far? I think it could work. Give everyone a bit of what they love, what they deserve, what they need. Yes.
Well,
Yeah, that's the thing.
You
Smoke
say
is
that,
hard,
but
so
this
thin.
is the company that didn't give him a retro robot skin in MK9 and gave it to Cyber.
I know. I was so disappointed. Jesus.
It would have been
Don't remind
cool, I
me of
gotta
that.
admit.
Yeah, it would have been.
It would have been
really
easy
cool.
too. There's nothing Human Smoke or there's nothing Cyber Smoke could not have done that Human Smoke wasn't already doing.
Wait a second. Oh man, I don't know because I was really young. I'm only 15. If you guys didn't know that, I'm 15 years old.
Oh, jeez, we're all going to jail. Fuck.
No,
This is
weird.
It's okay.
Destroy the evidence.
You're
I'm
corrupting
sorry.
the minor
Oh my
now.
God.
That's
I could be
Oh,
your
I'm sorry,
dad.
but- No. You guys
Your
aren't
dad.
bad. You guys, no. I really understand. I hang out with older people than my age because my.
I
Oh my god, this is getting
Don't take
progressively
it the
worse.
wrong way.
Discriminating
Don't take it
evidence.
the wrong
I
way.
am.
weird.
Don't
Have
take it
you
the
ever
wrong
read
way.
Nabokov?
No.
Okay.
I don't take it the
Check.
wrong way. I
Insert
completely
gunshot sound.
understand. I don't know. It's just I was really young with the MK9 days. I heard I know I'm hearing a lot of stuff, and you guys are saying, "Oh no, there are rumors and stuff." I just want to clarify this.
There
I
will be
heard-
rumors after this, yes.
Yeah, I know. There's rumors everywhere. I was really young when this happened, but I remember somewhere there was a leaked photo of Cyber Smoke.
Oh god, not a leak
And
photo.
then they changed it to Cyber Sub-Zero all of a sudden. I heard that somewhere.
You heard
I
lies.
heard that.
You
I don't know.
heard lies.
I was like one place I heard it, and they said I don't know if they said it was a rumor or it was a fact.
The
know,
Cyber
I-
Sub
I-
was planned from like the beginning because if you go back to like I think when they announced the game or like just a couple months after, that's when Ed gave that interview where he specifically said where he was talking about story mode, history is going to change, you'll see somebody become a cyborg who wasn't before.
Oh yeah, that's right. That is very true.
Plus, like, I'm
Huh.
pretty sure, like, writing the script is one of the first things they do during the design phase of the game.
Yeah.
Possibly while huffing gasoline.
What the? That's when the Devore thing happened. I just know it. Like, we really gotta wrap this up. Just make her like everyone else.
Oh well. Here's a character I would really like your guys' points of views on. Rain for the Combat Pack 2. Do you guys agree with it? Do you guys disagree with it?
My
Would you guys
disappointment. I feel like
Do you
with
agree?
Rain, here's my issue. Cyborg already said this a few podcasts ago. I was all for Rain coming back, but he needed to come back as a default roster character. I think making him DLC again was and would be a bad move because he earned a roster spot, you know. But I love Rain. I adore Rain. I think he looks great. I would love to see him again. I even kind of dig the voice. It's not what I would have picked. I love how he gets burned in the comics. I love Rain. I really do. But
I love how he gets burned in Tanya's
You were not liking that burning when it happened, my friend.
well, that's because I thought he was super dead. I thought he was dead as fuck.
Oh, he was
good
still twitching and
times.
moaning. That's clearly.
I'm glad we had this whole thing like documented. This is good.
I thought he was dead to like the nth degree of dead.
Well,
Dude,
let me say
his
this.
charred body was saying, "Ugh." That's comic form. I'm okay. I'll be good next issue.
Just
Let me say-
subtitled that shit.
I do not want Rain on Combat Pack 2 for exactly those reasons. I mean, you should have done it in the game, and also Ed Boon went on record saying they're not going to charge people for the same DLC twice, at least not back-to-back games, so I'd hate to see him go back on that. I just think that out of all the options out there, why would you do that to yourself? And I mean, I could easily, there's at least 8 characters I still want to see in this game, and that don't include Rain. And I have no problem with Rain. Rain as a character is fine. I don't dislike him as a character. He's there. If he would have been on the initial roster, I would have thought that's pretty cool. But now that we're down to 4 more slots, if even that, maybe we only get 2 more or any at all. But between like Bo, Fujin, Cyrex, Raiko, Smoke, Lee May, etc., Havoc. I mean, there's so many to go from. At least Rain got in the last game, and also, like I said, it's just the bloom is off the rose if he can't be on the default roster. For me, that's the appeal of Rain, is if he was on the default roster. Having to pay for him once again does nothing for me.
There was a character who started as a secret and never actually made the initial roster of jack fucking shit. That's the one that bothers me.
Well, the thing about Rain, like, it wouldn't bother me if he was DLC because he's already in story mode. So, I mean, once he's got voice clips and a beginning and ending, he functions the same as all the roster characters, basically. It's not like you're missing anything. He wasn't going to have a playable chapter because he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
The thing is, I wouldn't want to pay for him because of what Ed said. But of the 3 non-playable but fightable characters in story mode, he's the only one I would want. Like I've said many times, Baraka and Sindel are my 2 least favorite trilogy characters. I really don't want them when we could have, Fujin, Serena, Cyrax, Smoke, Havoc, Reiko.
I'd even take
10%
just
agree
Sector's
with
head.
that.
I'd take just Sector's head.
Dude,
How about
Sector's head would be
Cyrax?
top tier.
No, Cyrax.
Why was that not
Cyrax is
interactable?
DLC.
What's that?
Seriously, that should have been a background interaction. I
Oh,
love
I
it.
wanted to throw that
Nice
shit.
idea. Nice idea.
But I'm sorry, Brusk. What were you saying?
If you could fight
okay,
in, like, Sub-Zero's throne room and, like, interact with a table and make the flamethrower go off, yeah.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Oh, that would have been a good stage transaction. Like, you go into the throne room, and then you have Sector's head right there.
It's all talking and
love
shit. It's all talking shit in the background.
Like, it has that robot
In binary.
gibberish from the thing.
One.
Yeah.
Now, you know what, though?
All right.
I could really flip-flop. I could go either way with Rain. On the one hand, I kind of want him to be here because he had so much more fucking story mode presence than half of the main roster itself. I feel like
Yeah.
if he's not selectable, it's kind of a waste.
He's in it more than Liu Kang
He
is.
really is, and it's so sad.
I was
On the
disappointed.
On the other,
Go ahead.
if Ed puts him in, he makes a liar out of himself, and that just looks shitty.
Yeah.
But I'm already paying the $20 for the Combat Pack Season 2 for Fujin, so what do I really care who else is in it?
Well, there's
Yeah,
a
see-
theory to
go
that.
ahead.
Well, no, go ahead.
Well, okay. I was gonna say like, whenever if usually professional game reviewers like review the game like after like 3 weeks after it's out and stuff. People will still review the game after the game has come out. Like once everything is finalized, see if it's actually a good game, if they actually got all the patches done, and balance out the characters and the patches and stuff. Everything is finished, and if it's a good game overall when it's completely finished, if Rain is in there, that's going to be criticized because they're going to be like, oh wait, if you played MK9, you're going to have to pay for this character again. Like, I don't know. I think it'll be criticized. Yet.
Well, there's always
a
the
lot of
possibility they could, like, just once release a whole character for free.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
That's
That was
what I
the
was
theory
gonna-
I was
yeah.
If he
mentioning.
was for free, yeah, that would not bother me one bit. If he's for
Rain's
free,
for
then
free,
that's...
perfect
I wouldn't
candidate.
have him.
But if he's for free, it better be a 5-character pack.
As far as I'm concerned,
Always
for
conditions, always qualifications.
Yeah,
as far as I'm
if
concerned, I'm
then I
paying
wouldn't have a problem.
$20 for Fujin, and everyone else is just a bonus, except for maybe Smoke.
I'm
And
still
Cyrex.
What is that motherfucker?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it would be nice to know what he's doing, because
The game still
Has
doesn't
he-
have a cyborg anywhere.
was he in the comics at all? Because I stopped following him.
No,
No,
he's just
Cyrex is
missing.
not. They still haven't gone back to like Sub-Zero since the fight between him and
they
Scorpion.
don't answer anything. That oil sign was literally all he had.
I told you this. That's why we haven't been reviewing the comic, because this final battle between Reiko and Kodo and Sonya and Johnny has taken like 3 months.
True story. Remember when like the comics and the digital issues had this kind of overlap where before one issue came out, like it's like, hey, you can get the physical one and it'll have one extra thing, and then like by the time next issue came out, there'd be more than enough digital issues, so you hadn't really caught up. You know what? Right now, there is no point buying the physical issues anymore because digital gets everything like 2 weeks in advance now. I bought the last issue physically, and I just put it in my collection. I didn't even bother open. I'd read everything already.
I'm waiting for the trade at this point.
Don't blame you.
I stopped even following it once it was proven that it's not even canon.
Yeah, that bugs the shit out of me, but
It's a nice little what if.
I gotta know what happens, so I'm like following the digital, but I'm not buying physical copies anymore, is what I'm saying.
Hey, speaking of what ifs, Tremor's ending actually. Talking about that dream realm and the gem of whatever the fuck.
Like Freddy's
was sent
Dream
to
Realm?
find.
That's what I was thinking when I
Freddy's
saw
Dream
the
Realm or
end.
the
I think
Mortal
it's supposed
Kombat.
to be a reference to Freddy's Dream, like they're making the Dream Realm canon.
Nice. See, I can get behind that.
I was wondering about that. Okay.
Well, the thing is, I mean, it references an event that happens in story mode. Like, this Tremors ending takes place before story mode, because it explains, like, sort of how, like, that trap that was set for Raiden with the fake amulet so Kano could steal the real one.
See, like,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
you're right.
actually making these characters like something that actually affects Mortal Kombat makes them less of guest characters and actual real things in the Mortal Kombat world. I think that's more exciting to me.
Wasn't the Dream
I
Realm
feel kind of violated.
mentioned in- yeah. Wasn't
Well,
the Dream
just
Realm
'cause there's a
mentioned
Dream
in
Realm
2
doesn't mean
endings?
Freddy has to be in it.
He
Well, I
should be,
know,
though.
that's
They
true.
could make their own character with dream powers for MK11 or something.
Oh.
With a dream fedora and a dream sweater and a dream glove.
I feel like Dr.
Oh, we need
Destiny
to
is
get up.
written by Grant Morrison. Just a crippled, psychically challenged guy in a wheelchair who can project physically his own nightmares and dreams. I'd like to see that. I really would.
Bedman from Guilty Gear.
Is that what he actually is?
I don't know.
Like,
Bedman is like someone who's comatose in a robot bed. I don't know how it works.
And I have still not put that fucking disc in my console. I owned it before I owned my console. One day.
My arcade stick doesn't work with the game, so I didn't even bother.
Ouch.
Yeah, well, my arcade stick is semi-broken right now, so it was already bad enough that I wasn't playing because I've been busy, and now that kind of sealed the deal. So I have to buy a PS4 stick now.
That sucks.
No, it sucks bad, but it's still kind of hanging in there, but the dual modding straight up doesn't work anymore. I cannot play Xbox MK9 anymore, and that breaks my heart.
Why does that not work?
I don't know. I just hit the Switch, and the Xbox doesn't even recognize it.
Weird. Like the Cronus Max, I thought was broken earlier today when I first popped in Xbox, I popped an Xbox into an Xbox. That's probably my first problem.
That's why it's not working.
We heard you like Xbox.
I put my 360 in my Xbox One. It just didn't work for some reason.
It's still impressive, the fact that you did that.
No, but I put the Cronus Max in after I loaded up Mortal Kombat X, and I was like, why isn't my arcade stick working? It wasn't registering it at all, and I was like, what the hell happened after the update? And I looked it up, and I guess they changed it so the controller, when wireless, always takes precedent over wired, so you have to like take the batteries out of the controller when you sync it up or something. It worked after that, but yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
You know, when you said your Xbox was put inside your Xbox, I was completely picturing Cyrus's MK Deadly Alliance fatality.
Oh my, you're just a big tease.
I was picturing Exhibit. Pimping his Xbox.
For some reason, it reminded me of an earlier image I saw today. A little series of images where someone's playing, I think, It might have been Arkham Knight on PC, and it just slowly zooms into the FPS counter, and it says 59. Cut to an image of a PC stuck in a small trash bin.
That sounds like the PC gamer to me. Yeah, that's
Well,
And PC ports have not been good lately. No, go on, sir.
Oh, I was no, go ahead. Like, yeah.
Steam
I was
is
gonna go back
offering
I was gonna say
refunds
something about
specifically
Rain, but,
because of Arkham Knight. So,
Well,
And even console ports. What the hell happened with Street Fighter 4 on PS4? How is that? It's a game from 2009.
which is like playing the console version of Arkham Knight, like just
How's,
dropping through the world and falling forever.
how's that MKX PS3 port and Xbox port? It's going well.
If that comes out, it's going to be a Christmas miracle because I do not see that happening anymore. There's no way.
I smell a cancellation of the game. Oh my god! I can imagine how much.
No, they should put it out, but
Yeah.
it should be an empty case with a paper inside that says buy an Xbox One. You
Buy an Xbox One.
it's like $60 off an Xbox One.
the fuck
See,
are you
I'd be
doing with your life?
surprised.
Get a new console.
And then you turn the paper over, and it says also a Sub-Zero doll.
Aw.
Like the
Friendship.
That's not friendship. That's a slap in the face.
I just don't even think we're going to get an announcement. I think, honestly, what's going to happen is they're going to be like, PS3, Xbox 360, I don't even know what you're talking about. Hey, we're busy. We can't be talking about this bullshit. That's the best we'll get. They're not even going to mention it.
360 you speak of. I don't know that.
Yeah, it's a new term to us. We don't make ports
Is that a-
for non-existent
Is that a
consoles.
snowboarding move? Are you talking to me about extreme sports right now? Is that a?
We
We think you just made that up like the Kinect. We don't know what you're talking about.
We do not have this word 360 in my country. All we do is drink vodka and watch Red Cyclone, Russell Strange American with broom hair. No. I think I'm gonna make a Twitter account for like the drinking Russian in Zangief's Street Fighter's page. It'll just be occasional glugs and random Cyrillic phrases.
Do it.
I
Quite some
can see
time.
it now. 10,000 followers by the morning.
confirmed.
20,000
Right,
mentioned
so-
Gamergate.
Registering drunk Russian on Twitter. Taken. Oh.
Yeah, that's going to be super
Taken.
taken. It's gonna be unbelievably taken.
Probably.
Well,
All right, so like
yeah.
I was
Go
gonna.
on.
I was gonna say something about Rain. People were saying I watched this YouTube video and what was it? There was like this error like on if you're on the PC and you have and you're playing against the NPCs in the games, the Rain, Baraka, and Sindel, and then when you shoot the bullet, it shows their name on it. People were taking that as of like, oh, it's confirmed 100% right there. No. It pretty much because like they have their own like they have a character moveset even though it's the copy and pasted from MK9. It's just like a character that's already it's like the characters in the game. They have a file for it, and I think the bullet like the file like the file in order for the bullet to show the opponent's name. It's because it's a full character, not a logically for Mortal Kombat it's not a full character.
I think you're right about that. That's not.
It's not. Yeah, I know, and I don't want to get into it, but like it's, and a lot of people are just taking it as confirmed, and they just want other people to shut up about it for who are saying who are trying to tell them no, it's not, and it's annoying me, and it's misleading, and I just don't want to. I want to make it like I want to make this kind of stuff happen, but then if I do that, a lot of people are going to be bashing on me, even though I'm saying
I
like,
imagine
hey,
when they put those characters when they coded Baraka, Sindel, and Rain, they planned for that eventuality just in case they wanted to make them characters in a tower at one point.
Yeah, probably like an NPC tower, privilege tower, maybe. Yeah, that would make sense. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out. That doesn't mean if you guys like even for you guys not. For like anyone, I wasn't directly saying it to the community. I'm like saying if you guys took it that way, then I'm just saying like it's not really that way. I'm just saying.
I would agree.
I'm not even a part of the community.
Yeah, we are. We're sort
You guys
of
are just another cast,
community.
and you guys are just another cast, and that's it.
I'm
Yeah,
too
that's-
old for the
Island.
majority of the internet.
Shadowloo
Please.
still sometimes posts on message boards, but
Not MKO, like not
the
more
rest
than,
of
like,
us
Bug
have
Sub
kind of
these
become
days.
hermits.
Like I post on like Nine Inch Nails message boards to this day. That's
what?
that's kind of about it.
What happens when you turn 30 is you immediately become get off my lawn guy.
What?
Those kids and their rock music,
I've got no patience for
their
like
beeps and their
what
boops.
ninjas could beat what ninjas and fight. You know what? For no reason, I exploded yesterday. One of my coworkers linked me to this article. Someone on one of those fucking shit Kinja sites wrote about how much they didn't like the fact that, oh, look at this movie. It looks like Batman's gonna beat up Superman again. Well, here's why that's dumb. I just turned to him. I could give less of a shit. I don't care. It depends on the writer. And all of this is just thinly disguised fanboyism for X character. What does it matter who could win in a fight between Goku, Superman, Batman, my crippled mom, Forrest Gump? I just don't care.
Forrest
Debate power levels in your basement away from me.
I do kind of like that when Screw Attack. Have you guys seen this Superman?
I've seen both. I've seen both of them.
The ending is the same as the first one, but faster and harder.
That's funny.
They did not take anything back.
Yeah, they didn't. They had spoilers. Well, I'm not gonna say it, but it's the same ending. But I just feel like it's logic. It's logic how they explained how that character won, and I mean, like they wouldn't really give false information. Yeah, here and there they'll like miss something, but if it's something this serious for fanboys, even though they know they're gonna get killed and stuff, they know how much passion like the fanboys have with the DC and Dragon Ball Z and stuff. They understand, but they would be sure to get it right. And even if they're right, somebody's gonna, it's just an infinite cycle of arguments. It's never gonna stop.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny that people care so much about a fake, like something that's just.
Right? I mean, like, why are you crying about a character that's a fictional character that's not even freaking real?
Well, I can sort
like,
of understand that, like, when you're watching like this, cool animated battle and you're enjoying the fight, and then the character you don't like wins, you're sort of, oh, that kind of ruined it for me. But I don't go on like, when those Flash videos from years and years ago where it's like Ryu versus Scorpion and Akuma jumps out and blows Scorpion up at the end. I didn't like write in the comments, that's stupid, Street Fighter is gay.
I wrote something along those lines because I called bullshit on that episode. That was fucked up. Because they said Shang Tsung was bodied by Liu Kang and therefore his martial arts weren't on par with Akuma. Liu Kang has beat gods. That doesn't fucking count in my book.
No.
You can't use that against Shang Tsung.
That guy's, his Flash animations had their own story anyway. Like, that was part 2 of a first one where Raiden was a bad guy in the first one. And, like, him and Baraka kidnapped Chun-Li or something. So I'm just like, let him do whatever he wants. None of this makes sense. They're all
Yeah, you can't take any of it to heart.
And he had Akuma being like Ryu's dad or some shit, which is obviously not.
Yeah, it
I just
doesn't make
want you
sense.
to know that I really care about this discussion right now. This is amazing. Tell me more. I'm totally listening.
All right. Well, who?
Love you.
Oh God. Okay, I was gonna say my honest, because I wanted to talk about Smoke, but we were talking about other stuff, which is fine. I'm not saying you guys suck or anything, but
We can always talk about smoke.
Now you got
You want to talk about smoke? Oh, let's go.
we can
Let's
have
go.
like a whole entire Netherkast episode just on Smoke.
we have.
You guys really?
Well,
Just on Smoke.
It's coming. We haven't really not entirely devoted to that one character, but it's coming. We've got to do it.
All right. Well,
We spent a lot of time on Smoke over the course of several episodes.
yeah.
Maybe we should just really do that one episode and then like swear to not mention him for at least a month,
Good luck.
just so I can ask, "Are we smoking yet?" every week, and you could say no.
You could make it your meme, like, when's Marvel?
Pretty much.
When's
All right,
Smoke,
well-
you guys?
Yeah.
Sorry, Brisk, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. You guys finished. What was it? I would, as much I love Smoke as a character. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. I just don't see him in the game. Okay, you're probably gonna kill me, but the main reason why, and probably what it doesn't really matter to some people, is because he's a faction kill. And when you're doing, and if you're Smoke, and you're doing that faction kill, it makes no sense.
It
Even though
would be
Mortal
silly.
Kombat
Smoke
doesn't really.
summoning smoke.
Yeah, I mean, and then
I get what
people,
you're coming
I said that in one of my videos, and they're like saying, "Oh, you make no sense. You can do mirror matches." That mirror matches and faction and that kind of stuff is different. Mirror matches is not really like anything. It's just stuff. It's been there since the beginning.
I like how in the mirror matches there's always sort of dialogue to explain it. Like the one guy is like, "I'm from another dimension," or "Shang Tsung made a clone of you," or whatever. You know?
Yeah. Those are like, they have stuff to it, but the finishers don't. They just finish you.
I do kind of want to see an MKX mirror match with Smoke on Smoke and have the winner do the Smoke faction kill. That would be kind of fun.
That would be so.
Stop! I'm getting hard. Like Tremor. Sorry.
Well, you know, another thing is that it would be cool to switch it around where Smoke, when he does the faction kill, fucking Sub-Zero comes out. That would be kind of sick. Or Cyrax comes out.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, if they switch it up, like if I have another character do something, then I'm completely fine with that. But
it's possible. Look at the
I don't know.
Sector 11, man. We had like two versions of Cyrax and Sector last time. They were just different costumes, but they had different move properties. Nothing's impossible.
Well, for me, it's like they said where if Rain was going to be in this game, he needed to be on the default roster. That's how I feel about Smoke, because Smoke's moveset, it was good in MK9, but I don't need it. But, like, I feel like not having him in the story more is a missed opportunity. And I feel that way about, like, all of the Revenants, really. There was so much room to sort of explore, like, how these guys are, you know, functioning now that they're dead and forced to work for Quan Chi and Shinnok, and they just never really address it.
Yeah, it's true.
If I had to make a choice between default roster MK11 or DLC MKX, I would choose default roster MK11 for sure. For Smoke, at least.
Why not?
I don't know, though. Both would be nice.
I'd like Cyrax to be on the default roster of MKX.
I like Cyrax.
Can we retroact that in there?
Hell Cyrax is at least that.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, it's gonna come down for the combat pack. You know, it's gonna be a choice between Cyrax and Smoke. I would rather have Cyrax of the two, just because we don't know what the fuck is going on with him, right?
It burns
yeah,
me,
it would
but
be
I
a good
see your
way to
logic.
explain, like see, there was theories saying that because Cyrax never wanted a cyborg, and Sub-Zero saw that, and Sub-Zero, and there's theories saying Sub-Zero helped Cyrax and killed Sector, and he was like, hey, just go in exile. We're gonna fix you up. We're gonna reset your memory to make you like
that's
good.
The most telling thing. The most telling thing is like when they cover the in the flashback with Scorpion and Sub-Zero, where Sub's all like, I killed them all, and here's Sector's remains. There are no Cyrax remains. He doesn't have a cameo in the game at all, so he must be somewhere out there.
Yeah,
okay,
I believe he. Yeah, go ahead.
Real talk. We know he's in the desert somewhere.
We
say we don't know, but this is exactly where he fucking wound up, and we all know it. Have we checked all of the assets in the backgrounds? Have we checked? Is he stuck in the desert anywhere? Nowhere? Do we know?
He's got like 200 missed calls, but he can't reach his phone. It'd be tragic.
This time he's in that destroyed city stage. He's like stuck in a skyscraper.
That would actually
the concrete somehow.
Really cool. That would be so cool. Like you could barely see a glimpse of like Cyrax or another character in Cyrax in this case because we're talking about him. That would be so cool if we just saw him like in the skyscraper or somewhere. We just see it's just a little tiny little drop of him. That would be so cool.
Well, here's a thought. There's been some talk about how someone found mention of the pit in the code, like maybe they'll release.
Oh yeah. I read that today. Yeah.
If it's the MK9 pit, they've got to have guys fighting on the background pit or the bridge.
That's true. And you know what? MK9, when there was characters fighting in the background, one of them was DLC. Kenshi.
That's true.
Confirmed.
I
So
don't
I mean,
wanna
if
do-
there's
I want the cameo bridge back. I liked that.
If we're gonna do a new pit though, I mean, if we're gonna get a pit though, it's probably the only scenario where I'd actually want a new one, a completely new one. Been way too long since we had an original pit.
I don't know.
like
I
a
don't count
remastered
knives.
version of the pit.
No, I mean like a pit 4, I guess, just a new pit background.
Oh, a pit,
Standing up on
new pit
sort of
background.
some high place, deliberately named the pit. That's a narrow pathway with something weird going on in the background. So we're set in an odd location.
A new
I
design.
always said the Cosmos was my option for that. I always said make it like an ethereal Cosmos stage where you fall into outer fucking space when you go
Sort
off.
of like
That was my idea.
Sort of like the Sislak
Nexus?
Busorets or whatever.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, Nexus. Yeah, that wouldn't be that bad.
That would be interesting. It would also possibly cover the fact that there's no portal stage. I've always wanted the portal to come back.
I want
true.
the armory. I want the armory to come back.
Combat
I
Tomb
would like to see a
represent.
stage pack, frankly, because there needs to be like twice as many as what there actually are in the game.
A specific
no.
stage fatality pack would be really
Oh
great.
yeah, yeah. If it's gonna come back, if that coding is real and it actually means the pit that we all know, and there's no stage fatalities in the game, and we're having the pit, and the pit is iconic for having that stage fatality, I don't know. Unless like the last punch or
They
it could be a
could
brutality.
code it as a brutality this time.
Yeah, it
just
could be a
end round with
brutality.
an uppercut
Yeah,
and then
never,
down
yeah,
to go.
never mind.
Well, we
Never
do have
mind,
that
like-
hidden one in the
In the cove.
stage.
Yeah,
It's kind of fun.
actually, yeah. You're right. Yeah, I take that back.
So they can do it. They can do it.
Technically, you could also consider Blanche and Khan's Hammer as stage brutalities.
Yeah, but I wasn't wowed by those, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I wasn't terribly
The
happy
hammer's
with them.
nice.
The Blanche one was just funny.
Yeah.
I like it when she
punches
doesn't
you to death.
explode. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But
when she
tackles
punches you.
in the crap, that's great.
All right, well, we got to wrap this up pretty soon, but I do have questions for you, Brusque Poets. I have 3 questions as usual per guest. First question, which you kind of already answered, but hopefully you can elaborate a little more. Who is your favorite character and why?
Liu Kang was my favorite character from the beginning, and I know not a lot of people are, again, I'm 15 years old. My first game I ever played was I think it was Deception. Deception was the first game I ever played. I know I shouldn't have been playing those games, but I was mature enough to know not to go around running around with a sword and chopping everyone's heads off.
Good job,
Because
man.
like I played, I played with my cousin, and me and him, he would always beat me because he was like, I think he was like 15 at that time. But like, I don't know, like when I saw Liu Kang, it was a zombie, and I know a lot of people don't like zombie Liu Kang, and zombie Liu Kang to me, because I was just a little child, is so I just love it. It's like it's having that feeling that your favorite character, like somebody like Scorpion, like somebody's favorite character, Scorpion. I love this character all the time. His backstory, I feel bad for him. He's almost like I just want him in real life, even though I know he's not going to be there. I'm just passionate about this character, and this character is, an inspiration for me to do martial arts or something like that. It wasn't really an inspiration for me, but I didn't take it that way. I just loved how he was just like a zombified champion, because like my cousin told me he was the champion, like he was the hero. Now he's this kind of like corrupted, almost mindless, because he was fighting for his soul, and just this character that just went demonic, or not demonic, but you know what I mean, just so bad.
Corrupted.
Yeah, corrupted. And he's kind of like that now. Dark Emperor Liu Kang. That's even better. I take Dark Emperor Liu Kang over Zombie Liu Kang, but still, like, I just like how it might sound weird, like oh my gosh, you're a bad person. You like it when good people turn bad. No, I'm just saying, like, for a video game, it's just like so interesting to see how a good iconic character in the game has just turned corrupted. And it's just so interesting to me. That's just me. Don't think I'm an evil-minded person or something like that.
Dude,
I'm just saying.
I agree with you.
People just like seeing cool shit happen to characters. And I'm going to give you major props to, because I'm one of the few motherfuckers out there we didn't find Liu Kang much interesting at all for a couple of games until the zombie thing happened. So props on that.
Well, I've always been a huge Liu fan, and I do like Zombie Liu. So, I mean, there's all kinds out there. I don't really know why people are so negative on Zombie Liu.
I know. I mean, his backstory. He's fighting for his soul, and he wants to turn like kind of good, but he can't because his soul is not with him. He's fighting for it. He never really gets to it, but still.
I think there are like smaller concerns where it's like some people were just bummed to see him come back so fast after he died, like they wanted him to stay gone for another game or two. Some people were really bummed that he couldn't use those chains in his fighting style.
Oh yeah,
I don't know that any of those are reasons enough to hate the character or the zombie design. I don't know. I mean,
I love it. I'm really hoping for a zombie Liu Kang skin. I hope so. I mean, like it would kind of be like a little hard to do because of the chains. A lot of people are going to be griping about that, but still, I mean, like I would seriously want a zombie Liu Kang skin.
I was just disappointed there was no ghost version in Deception because they announced that in Game Informer. And
that's the one part that disappointed me. That his alt costume was just regular Liu, and the ghost was unplayable.
That would be my favorite incarnation to date if it happened of Liu Kang.
Wasn't the PSP version actually had that mod? Like you had to install something and then you can play them, along with Kung Lao and Sonya.
You could take a Game Shark to the PS2 version, and you could play as the ghost.
Yeah, you can play as the Ghost Liu Kang. I know there's some way to play as Ghost Liu Kang, but not like the on disc version. I know that and stuff. But yeah, there's my favorite character. If you guys want to say anything else, yeah, go ahead, Free.
Okay, any other Liu Kang thoughts, guys? Anything coming to mind?
Well, I've talked about Liu Kang and my opinions on him several times. So
I think that in MKX he could be made a little bit better by more random, insane gibberish spouting out of his mouth. I feel like they really toned down the chicken speak this time.
Well, yeah, he only makes the Bruce Lee noises in his alive costumes.
Kind of a shame. Kind of a shame.
I didn't really mind. I didn't really mind like in his Revenant. I like how he's like, ugh, like he's just mad and angry. I like that. But
yes,
I know
it's have legitimate classic reasons to be angry. Like, one of the funniest parts of story mode for me is where he's yelling at Jax, Raiden got me killed, and Jax is all like, no, he didn't. Jax, you weren't there. Telling the truth.
All right, second question. Assuming we get 4 more characters in Combat Pack 2, who are your 4?
My 4... what characters I want in the Combat Pack 2?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Up to 4, that is. Up to 4.
Okay, 4. I always have mine 4. Fujin, obviously, is a given for me, and I think it's a given for all MK fans, depending on who you are. You know, Cyrex... No, not Cyrex. Okay. I'm going to say I don't like Cyrex. Just because of his... I just don't
like... All right, hold on. It's fine. We'll let you speak, but I got to drop you from the call. It's fine. We'll get it in text form, and I'll put it with the video.
Okay. I don't like him. I like him as a character. I like his backstory. I like how he never went in to be a cyborg, yet he got it. I feel bad for him. It's just that the pro MK9 player, or the person who masters Cyrex, his combos were annoying to me. His bomb combos, his command grab is overpowered to me. His net move, he's just teleporting everywhere. His teleport is really fast, and I think that's not that bad. But if he just teleport everywhere, he would throw the bombs, and then once the combo was finished, he put you in the net, and that's the combo finisher. You'll have a bomb right in back of you, so then he can do another combo, and it's endless, almost endless. It's annoying.
That's the designer's fault. That is not Cyrex's fault.
I know
you cannot blame the character.
But Cyrex is the person who's doing it.
Just blame Ed Boon. It's easy. Just blame Ed Boon. It's fine.
He needed to
literally blame the game, not the player.
He needed to have that fast teleport because we all grew up learning Cyrex as a person to whom teleport was stupid and useless. Thump! Out go my arms and limbs across the cosmos, and I'm gonna go explore on a magical journey to find myself. Oh, it's a nice blast. Seriously, worst fucking teleport in the entire history of the game. The series was Cyrex's MK3.
I still want to see a finishing move where he teleports away and then assembles onto somebody like Iron Man or Gizmo Duck armor and crushes them inside.
See, I wanted to see him grab the other person's limbs and teleport away with all his stuff.
That would also be.
Okay, well, we got Fujin so far, and then we established
Fujin.
not Cyrax.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, if he's in the game, I would give him a chance because obviously NetherRealm gonna give him a better moveset than in my opinion. I didn't like his move. I mean, like, it was cool, the combos and stuff, but like everyone did it and it was repetitive and it was annoying. But I'm sure I'm gonna give him a chance if he's gonna be in the game, and I wouldn't really mind, but I would have my concern of him being the same way he was in MK9. But I'm sure he's gonna be different. But anyways, moving on.
Yes.
Yeah, Fujin.
Less about who you don't want, about who you do.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah,
in
yeah.
mind if it's not
Right.
smoke, I'll kill you. Continue.
Fujin, Serena, Baraka,
Good pick.
and
I like that
Noob
pick.
Saibot. What? Serena?
Serena's a good
Yeah.
pick. Serena's always a good pick.
Nice. Very nice.
She was a good show for story mode for sure. Probably my second favorite cameo in story mode. Okay, so to recap, Fujin, Baraka,
Mhm.
Serena,
Yeah.
and I feel like who was the
Noob
one?
Saibot.
Noob
Noob
Saibot. Okay, elaborate a little bit more on Noob. Say more. Why Noob?
I said it. I hate saying it so much. I'm not saying because I don't like saying it to you guys. I'm just saying, like, I say it many times. I'm like, I gotta do this again. The fact that Bihan / Noob Saibot was pretty much in all MK games. That's what I'm gonna say. And it feels like, and the reason why I think that happened, or the reason why he's in pretty much all MK games, is because he's the original Sub-Zero, the original iconic one. Now he's dead, but yet he's back, but just shadowy and mysterious and all the time. And then he has the spammy moves and stuff like that. But you know what I mean? Like, he's the original, and the original iconics are always going to be in the game. Or that being Sub-Zero, Scorpion, story-wise, Raiden and Liu Kang and stuff. But Sub-Zero and Scorpion, he's the original Sub-Zero. I think he's just like, that's the reason why he is pretty much in all the games, minus Mortal Kombat vs. DC and minus the main Deadly Alliance. But even though it's the same thing, it's still canon and stuff. But yeah, that's the main reason, because he's the original, and now he's back, but different, and just a corrupted version. Even though Bihan wasn't really that nice and stuff to compare to Kuai Liang. Kuai Liang is mercy and stuff. Bihan was more of a warrior and just like, I don't care. Like, if you're gonna get in my way, I'm gonna fight you to the death. That kind of character is actually pretty cool for a Sub-Zero character. But the main reason, again, just to recap it all, is he's been in most all MK games, and he's an original. He's basically an original character to me.
Okay, I can definitely agree with most of that, if not all. I think there's a lot of good stuff about Noob for sure. All right, and
A lot of people had gripes with his MK9 moveset. I use it a lot because I love to troll people when they piss me off. I want, all right, you asked for it. I'm gonna be cheap with Noob. Get out of my face, and then I'll leave the game, and then they'll message me. I'm gonna kill you and fight me, and all that kind of stuff. I was like, you deserved it. If you wanted to be cheap with me, I'm gonna be cheap with you. But yeah.
Okay. And even Cheap Noob wasn't terribly high tier. Even Cheap Noob had a lot of struggles, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right,
You
third
can
and
definitely counter
final.
them. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, the final question I was going to ask is, in which game, and as always, the third question is always the most important, in which game did Liu Kang have the best hair?
The best hair?
Dun, dun,
Oh. I would have to say either MK1, the dun dun dun, I like that. I would have to say MK1 or MK4.
Oh, you're not a fan of the mullet?
What mullet? Oh, no.
Good man.
The MK2
He does
mullet.
not know about the mullet.
I mean, I'm a
Leave
fan
us
of...
that way. No.
Yeah, I just like the MK... I like the MK1 and MK4. MKX, I like... I don't... It just makes sense because, when you go back, when in the story mode, 25 years later, his tournament scan...
He suddenly
long
got a
hair.
giant ponytail he didn't have in MK9.
Yeah, I know. It didn't make sense to me, but I didn't really have anything because you don't really notice it once you're in gameplay and stuff, like Tremor's clown pants and stuff. I'm alright with that hair. It's not like my favorite. I would accept it. Like, if they're gonna bring it back, I wouldn't really mind. But MK4 Liu Kang and MK1 Liu Kang, like hairstyle.
MK4 is a good pick. It's basically Robin Shu from the movie.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
respectable.
It's really close to Robin Shu. That's why I like it. And I technically say Robin Shu hair Liu Kang, but that's not from the game. It's from the movie. So yeah.
Okay. All right. All good answers. That pretty much wraps it up for today. Senor Poet, thanks for joining us. We definitely
All right, thank
appreciate
you
it.
for
You've
having
been a
me.
good addition to the show.
Mhm.
Cyborg,
All right,
any final.
I'm just gonna say once again, check out you shouldn't check out your own channel. I mean, obviously you do that, but everyone
You
should
should
go.
actually.
Yes.
You never know who's lurking in there.
Go back and rewatch
Check it out.
your own video.
Afraid.
Everyone check out your own.
It's hiding in the background.
Always examine it with your hand. Feel around for lumps. Make sure everything's okay in there.
But, no,
Have any ticks, cancer?
but seriously,
Rub it for tension.
make sure to go check out Breast Poet stuff. The dude's obviously quite an intelligent fellow, and he brings quite the entertainment. So this is a great discussion, and we'd love to have him back on. And that'll do it for this episode 34. So we'll catch you guys this week or next week. Fuck, I can't even speak. I'm so stupid. No,
We
I'm
should
just.
actually set up a proper MKX PS4 session the way we used to do when we were younger with MK9.
Well,
It's
we
gotta
can't make
happen
promises that we
tomorrow.
can't keep. So we'll see you guys later.
So Ronery. So very Ronery.
But on that note, folks, adios. None of you are going to say goodbye.
I was waiting for Shadowloo to say something.
I was.
I'm wallowing in my own sadness. What do you want?
That was pathetic.